If everything goes well today, this has the potential to be the best show in the history of Talk Radio 77 WABC. And most of the time when I say that, it may not be the best show. The station dates back 100 years with some of the all-time greats, but it does prove to be an amazing show that day. Well, guess what? I'm saying it today. And with that said, not because of the four great guests or the content or the humor and all the fun stuff you get to enjoy until Brian Kilmeade comes your way at 10 o'clock this morning. It's because of my handsome, brilliant partner live from Long Island this morning, the great Bernard McGurk. Good morning, Bernard.
Sid Rosen, there you go again. Man, you're making me blush at 6 o'clock in the damn morning. I am doing well, Sidney. Thank you for those kind words. And, yes, it will be stellar. We're going to kick some hiney. We're going to get a bonus for today's show. I guarantee it.
Well, I think we already did. Our fearless leader and dear friend. I know that John Catsimatidis has been very, very good to you, Bernard, personally. He's been amazing to me and Danielle, as you know, without getting specific. But today, if you go by the New York Post, which, of course, all of you do every day because it's far and away the best newspaper in the country and has been for a very, very long time. It's the oldest newspaper in the country. When you buy today's New York Post and turn to page 22, to be exact, you're going to see a big, beautiful color advertisement talking about the #1 Nielsen-rated News Talk morning show in New York City with a very nice picture of one Bernard McGurk and one Sidney Rosenberg. Yes, page 20 today's New York Post, John Catsimatidis. Thank you for the great ad, Bernie and Sid, right here in New York City.
It is a beautiful ad, and it is. They support us. Does the management here, the owner John Catsimatidis, and to be in this paper, we can't discount it because we see the paper every day. We're in New York City, but this is the fourth largest paper in the country, the paper that's helping to save this country, and it's read far and wide, overseas, all across the nation. I mean, it's really a big deal to be in the New York Post for a full-page ad in the New York Post. You can't understate or overstate how important it is, how big a deal it is, because, again, as I say, we're used to the New York Post, but I am really, really impressed. We've been in it before, of course, and I'm just very impressed and flattered that John Catsimatidis would do this, and I can't wait to I haven't gotten the copy yet, but I can't wait to look at it when I do in about a half hour.
All right, folks, you can go to my Instagram page, though, right now, at rosenberg.sydney, at rosenberg.sydney. The show also has a great page, at It's Bernie and Sid, and the radio station, at 77 WABC Radio, but at least go to my page right now, at rosenberg.sydney, and you'll see the big, beautiful color ad, once again, page 22 in today's New York Post. Now, again, besides Bernie, the great commentary he provides every day, me, all the big stories, one of the reasons why today may be a special show is we're going to put to rest one of the great characters in New York/New Jersey history. The the wake was last night in Brooklyn for the great Tony, a.k.a. Paulie Walnuts Sirico. And this morning at 10:30 in Bensonhurst will be the actual funeral, the mass. And it is packed. They are turning people away. So, folks, I think they're just going to show up and walk in. It ain't going to happen. But a lot of his friends, the co-actors on the show, really wanted to pay tribute to Tony. And believe it or not, Bernie, this came directly from David Chase. David spends a lot of time in London, actually, but he's in California this week. He may come on this show on Friday. But he reached out to folks and said, listen, if you've got a good story about Tony, tell it. Make yourself heard. And with that said, we've got two of the most talented ladies in the history of television, two of the major characters in those shows, friends here, by the way, dating all the way back to the year 2000, one being Jamie Lynn Sigler, a.k.a. Meadow Soprano. She will join us at 7:40 this morning. The other, Lorraine Bracco, a.k.a. Dr. Melfi, also played Ray Liotta's wife, Karen Hill, in the great movie Goodfellas. Both of those beautiful women, Jamie Lynn Sigler, 7:40, Lorraine Bracco, 9:25, on the way to Mass this morning, according to Bernie and Sid first. That is the pull and the power we've got here in New York City.
That is beautiful. And that it came from David Chase just shows you how much he loved Tony Sirico himself and appreciated what a character he really was. Just an iconic New York character who lived a sort of quirky life, sort of the life that you see there in The Sopranos, but in real life caught himself and became a very successful actor and just a good guy. And yes, on a show that is by far, no question, no second, no close second, the best cable show, the best cable drama show in the history of cable TV. And maybe in the history of all TV.
I was going to say network TV, too. I've got Sopranos #1, whether it's channel 2, 4, 5, 7, HBO, Cinemax, Showtime, I don't care. That's the greatest show of all time. So, again, we'll talk to Bracco and Jamie Lynn Sigler. But two other very fine gentlemen stopping by today. He's here 8:40 every Wednesday morning. Does a fantastic job. One of the great politicians in the history. That's how great he is of this great state out in Bernie's territory out on Long Island. The great Peter King. And I will tell you that I got a tweet yesterday, Bernard, and a message from our new friend, a guy that Danielle and I met at Yankee Stadium a couple of weeks ago with Jen Dolce, Robert Cornicelli, who was on this show a couple of weeks ago. He's running against a man that replaced Peter King when King decided to hang it up, Andrew Garbarino. And Cornicelli was on Twitter yesterday asking me, please, Sid, I want to debate Garbarino. I want you to moderate the debate, you and Bernard. Get this thing done. And there it is. There is the tweet right there. Nice job by Eric Salas, WABCRadio.tv. So Cornicelli reaching out and saying, hey, I want to debate Garbarino on your show. Let's get it done. I'm not sure that's ever going to happen, but at least that's one story we can cover outside of the bodega with Peter King later on this morning.
Without a doubt. But let me just put it this way. The reality is Cornicelli, I love the guy. I believe an ex-Marine, right?
Yes.
Big-time ex-Marine.
Yeah.
And we endorsed him in the primary. But it's, look, the fact is he is a third-party candidate. He, like Ross Perot, will draw votes away from the Republican. Like Ross Perot drew votes away from George Bush 41. He may give that seat to the Democrat, and I don't want that to happen. That is the sticky position that he puts us in.
Yeah,
he puts us in that very, very awkward position because we love this guy. But, again, he's going to split the vote.
Well, it's not just that we love this guy. This has been proven because Garbarino was on and could not defend it and or deny it.
We need Garbarino. We need a Republican in that seat.
Yeah.
And, Cornicelli's not going to – he's not going to make it.
No, listen, I agree with you. There's a lot of young faces and Republicans that I like. For example, Tina Forte. We joke around about her, the real Tina, and she uses the F word every other word, and she's got no chance of beating AOC. No chance. But how great would it be if she did win? There's Joe Pinion is going to be live in studio coming up at 6:45 this morning. He's a guy that was at the Lee Zeldin press conference yesterday outside of Alvin Bragg's office. Incredibly impressive and should wipe the floor with Chuck Schumer, who has wasted 4 decades. Much brighter, has all the right ideas.
My God,
love Joe
absolutely.
Pinion. Right,
yes,
but the odds are not in his favor. Michael Henry, for example, a young kid in Queens, I believe Ozone Park or Howard Beach, he may stop by one of these days. He's running against Letitia James for district attorney. Cornicelli. These are all young, fresh Republican faces that all have a huge, huge uphill climb ahead of them. I doubt any of them, if not 1 or 2, may win. But these are the people that we may have to endorse somewhere down the road just to try to change the scenery, Bernard, just a little bit.
Yeah, but we have to endorse the person who won the Republican primary. Joe Pinion won the primary. He is the candidate.
Well, he was picked. Yeah, he was picked, right.
Well, he still won the primary. I mean, he's the Republican candidate with the R that's going to get the most votes. And if you have any third-party candidates, they'll take votes away from him, ensuring that he loses against Schmuck Schumer in what will be, a tight race.
Yeah.
Schumer should win running away in a normal year, but this is a red wave year. So Pinion actually has a fighter's chance.
Well, Michael Henry was also chosen by the Republican Party, like Pinion, against Letitia James. Yes.
Anybody who's got the Republicans, who won the primary with the R behind their names, those are the guys that we have to endorse. The third-party candidates, we have to be wary. We have to be very selective. And, again, with back to Cornicelli and Garbarino, Cornicelli doesn't have a chance. I'm sorry to say that. He does not have a chance. He's going to split the vote, the Republican vote.
Yeah.
And that's why we have to make these kind of
by the way,
Machiavellian choices.
I hear you, but Rob Astorino never had a chance either, and you endorsed him from day one. I don't want to hear it. I told you from day one, never had a chance.
That was before the primary.
Yeah,
that was
I understand.
different.
I understand. You're
Okay.
right. You're right. Fair
Thank you.
point. Fair point. You got to once you get
Point,
that
Benny.
that's it.
Point. You got it, Benny.
So we just had a great opening segment. We haven't even touched the big news of the day, of course, which we'll do right now coming up. As Bernie pointed out, the number 1-800-848-9222. And 4 great guests today: Joe Pinion, Jamie Lynn Sigler, Lorraine Bracco, and Congressman Peter King. We're just getting going. An epic Wednesday right here for Bernie and Sid on Talk Radio 77 WABC.
Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto.